Hey everybody, it's Anna. Time for a new tarot story this week. We start with the Tuesday card, and for that we have the Devil. This is a major arcana card, so it represents an important life lesson. It gives us an opportunity to integrate that lesson. So people often associate this card, with the devil, which is usually connected to something negative or bad, like hopelessness, oppression. Sometimes addiction can be associated with the devil. So this card does represent our becoming aware of a situation in our life which is oppressive. And I say becoming aware because very often with these situations, the devil card represents, these are situations we've been in for so long, we may not even realize they're there. We might think that's just a part of being alive. So we've lived with it for so long, we're no longer struggling with it. We don't even recognize it. We just accepted it and moved on with our life. But the devil shows up pretty far in the major arcana trajectory, which tells us that we are now in pretty significant expansion. And now the things we used to be able to live with, more or less comfortably, are now in our way, and now we're becoming aware of them. So the devil shows up when we're something that's probably been oppressive for a long time, a limitation we just have tried to make peace with. Suddenly we can't make peace with it because it's in our way. We can feel an expansion coming, and now we're getting pretty uncomfortable with this old oppression. But the devil card shows up because our awareness is also coming up. That's the good sign. That's the good news with the devil, is that it shows up when we are now aware of something, or ready to be aware of something we have not been aware of before. And awareness is 9/10 of what spiritual healing is about, just moving from a reactive state to a conscious state. So in this image, we've got the devil, we've got these people with chains around their necks, because I always point out with this card, the chains around their necks are big enough that they could just lift them off the head. Once they become aware of the oppression, they also become aware of their own capacity to do something different. So the invitation of the devil card is to really recognize what's been keeping you stuck, letting yourself get angry at it or frustrated or wanting to change it, claiming the power that comes with your own expansion, which doesn't want to be trapped anymore, and then taking ownership of your own freedom. The image of this card as well is they're located in a cave. There's no way in, there's no way out, which means getting out of this cave means blowing it up. So when this card shows up, it not only tells us we're ready to be aware of the oppression, we've been building up energy like a geyser. Once again, we've been in an expansion process. We're getting more and more full of energy and momentum and hopefulness and passion, and all that energy is building up to the point that we're ready to blast our way out of this cave. So the devil really works as a threshold for us. It's that moment where we have to access our power. And if we choose not to access our power because we're nervous about it, or we just don't feel like we're not ready for it, then we pull back from the threshold. And I think this is really important. Threshold moments in our lives are there to help us gauge whether we're really ready for the next thing. If we can't blast open this cave yet, we're probably not quite ready for the next piece of expansion. So it's best to sit in the cave for a little longer, let your energy build up more and more and more, even maybe let your discomfort increase more and more and more until your motivation is so high you're ready to blast out of this cave. And once you can blast out of this cave, you can take on the next piece of your journey. So consider what oppressive situations may be coming up for you that have been maybe a regular part of your life for so long, you haven't even really been challenging them. And ask yourself if now those oppressive spaces are making themselves known to you because you're really in the middle of expansion and they're in your way. And blast out of the cave. See you tomorrow for our next card. Bye.